It's funny how, like you might have a whole lot of mates or friends, or, you might say, oh, I'm really, really good at cars, fixing cars. So, like, everyone comes here then and says, oh, can you fix me car? Oh, I've got this thing wrong, can you fix that? And, oh, how does this work? How do you put a battery in the thing? And how do you fix the tyre? And where can I get good wheels? And, you just get bombarded with people asking you stuff about cars. Because, they know you're good at cars, and in a way they're probably, testing you out, see how good you are at cars, and, like, everyone likes their cars, and they don't want to go to a mechanic, do they? They don't want to get the mates to help them with their cars. Yeah, I put my head up and I wrote a story about Superman, and yeah, don't know if it was a good or bad idea, but sort of was quite, I suppose it might have been quite believable, the story I wrote, in a way, like the way I wrote it. Like, I wrote it like it wasn't fiction, like it was something that could happen in the future, like a science fiction, but science reality fantasy. I don't know what the word is for that, where you write it like it's going to happen, like that movie, is it 1984 or something? 1982? Or was it Aldous Huxley who wrote about premonitions of the future and that kind of thing. But yeah, like I stuck my head up and say, oh, I like Superman, and here's my story. This is about me in a way. I kind of wrote it like it was me, So after that, I'm like bombarded with people's expectation, maybe a lot in prayer, a lot of thoughts sort of coming to me. However it does. Oh, see? Superman. Yawning. Bombarding me with questions and like, what's Superman, Evan? What's Spider-Man? What's this? What's Jesus? What's all this? So I become the Superman fantasy world futuristic thinker, multi-dimensional. It could have been anything else. I could have said, I like pot plants, and then I would have been the pot plant guy with expert knowledge on pot plants and have been bombarded with pot plant requests. And there's a world out there is full of a brain that just floats around, and everyone relates to it and asks you questions and prayers. And once you cast as something, which I didn't want to be. I didn't want to be anything. I just wanted to be just myself, anonymous, and I was sort of cast into the Superman, Jesus, God, demigod, futuristic Astro Boy, sort of, what's not generic, stereotypical superhero role, because I was also battling my own problems, which I got over, and like a hero getting through that, so sort of come through it all. You're like, now what? I'm just fictional. I'm just the Superman, but I don't look like him. Like, oh, it might happen in the future. So you're like, you're nothing really. You just but you haven't had all the responses. It's all been through prayer and people asking questions in their mind, and it all gets directed at you. And maybe all my responses get stolen and someone's using them, and so I'm missing out on all the feedback, That's what it feels like. How do I conclude it all? How do I wrap it up? Well, I think my whole experience I've been through has been normal for a God. I think human beings go through things and they rely on gods to pray to. I never had a god to pray to. I just spent time answering prayers, doing work, not asking stuff. So I was answering stuff all the time. So I didn't have someone to say, how do I do this? What do I do? I tried praying, there was nothing there. It was just, I just realised there's a whole lot of people asking me questions. So how do I, be like everyone else? And I don't think I was living the life of a god, going through what I went through. It was all a normal experience. Just my whole life was normal. Just for the person I am, a demigod or whatever. So that's how I concluded it all. Everyone's life is normal. The whole world's perfect. It's the light's complemented by the dark. It's all the eternal struggle of good and evil, and you can't really do anything wrong. I mean, if you do something wrong, you're sort of learning to do something right. You're sort of playing a role. You're doing your character, aren't you? You might not get the response you want, but maybe that's for a reason. Yeah, I don't know why. It's just playing a role to perform a certain task for the world to progress a certain way. And we're trying to think all the time, what's the best outcome, what's the best thing to do. You're sort of driven by your thoughts ahead. You're sort of following that. Some people follow others. I tend to just go out in the world and follow my spirit and my soul. And sometimes I end up following other people a bit, but I kind of see their fragility, their futility, and I tend to rely on myself again. I think there's probably more strength in my own beliefs. And it'd be nice to get feedback or some kind of outcome or some kind of fruition, rather than just stabbing in the dark, wondering when something might happen. But I guess it's just continue with your beliefs, your dreams, your work, your fun, meeting people. Yeah, what else can you do? I mean, I kind of see this sort of. They talk about the raisin dough theory of like a massive, like a loaf, I can't remember what they said, like a raisin something, like an atom looks like a lump of something with raisins all in it, Then they discarded that and sort of come up with a sort of, energy circling around in layers, sort of rings for the atoms, and sort of the earth looks like that to me, like a whole lot of people buzzing around on earth. And I feel like I've done something a little bit different with this God power or God thing. I've sort of created something in different dimensions, and sort of no one else is there but what I've created, and sort of I think eventually it will bond with the earth realm or the earth dimension, or it's sort of nothing bad. It's just what you expect, just different things, angels or Superman, or it's hard to believe just coming from my mouth as a human being. It's not believable. But when I see the scope of the workload that I've sort of delivered, it's and I see it continuing to just keep blossoming like a not a sort of like an organic machine, sort of out there doing its thing. It's sort of my extension of my soul, just working hard, and even when I'm resting, I feel like I'm working, buzzing around. And did I choose this some time long ago to be different, or is it just a progression of the role we play, sort of a leader of something, a pioneer? All these different people in history who stood up and said, I'm going to go and challenge myself to search for new land, or build a new machine, or fly to the moon, or what drives these specific people to aim so high and achieve great things. Just sort of give people hope and propel the world forward. And I think it could be done all different, make it a lot better, rather than all this sort of clustering of sort of greed and sort of tussling for power. And I don't know, it's just a bit unattractive, all that, to me. It just, who's got the biggest boat, who's got the most clothes, the fastest car, I don't know, why worry with all that? I just like my comforts. I don't care what other people think, or what I've got, or what I wear, or what I do, or my car, or whatever. I just like my little things I enjoy. And just the only thing really I don't sort of have in my life is a partner, really. I've got everything else sort of working out slowly, just sort of like a beautiful little dream sort of emerging into something nice, all my work and my study, and everything's fine for my things, what I'm doing. But I can't do much more without a partner. I don't have the inception. I don't have the, what's the word? There's a word. There used to be a show called The Catalyst. I don't have the catalyst for change in my life to need any more than I've got, just for myself. If I had a partner, all these catalysts would change, I'd have demands to do things. I'd be out there doing other new stuff and meeting new people. And, I have all the potential to do all that. I just don't have a partner to worry to actually do it. So it's just finding someone, really. It might sound mechanical, but it's just what it's like when you get a bit older. You overthink things a bit, and things become seem a bit harder than usual, even though they're probably not. It's just as hard as when you're a kid, I guess. And just meeting the right person that compliments me. I do meet people, but they're nice as friends. But I just don't like taking it any further than that with certain people, because I just don't find them attractive. And I have tried that before, being with someone I'm not attracted to, and I don't enjoy it. So I wouldn't want to be a male prostitute or anything and be with people I don't find attractive anymore. I want to find someone I really love and really love being with. And all the other sort of preparation in my life, my future is already there, growing out before me like a big long sort of bridge to some other world. And it's all good. I think it's all good stuff. It's no worse than Earth, and what we've been through. It's all better than that. So can't be too worried about it all. It's all sort of unfolding. Sort of done all my dreaming of just enjoying just friends and family and my work and study, and just stuffing around at home, doing little things I like doing. And probably spend too much time on the internet doing this and not getting much response, but hopefully one day I'll get some response, or someone will answer, or well, they say if you send echoes in the dark you don't get response, do you? But maybe I'll just be somewhere in a pub or somewhere and just get chatting to someone, and someone might overhear and come over, or might be be somewhere else, or who knows where. Just take that leap of faith, that plunge, and just ask a pretty girl out, or someone I like, or it's hard to tell, isn't it, what they're going to be like? But I guess you just sort of can tell the ones that you bond with are the ones that probably for you, you know. Probably guys out there think, oh, I have any girl and have them all or whatever. It's too much for me. I just want someone for now just to like chill out and cuddle up with and do fun stuff together, and maybe even start a business or something, or might have some ideas in terms of making a bit extra money or our future, or yeah, anyway, getting a little bit off track. So yeah, just all that Superman stuff is a bit, you know, could have been anything to get me here really, but because I've thought up all sorts of other stuff, not just superhero stuff or God stuff, but all sorts of other beautiful little creations out in the universe I'm working on, and you know, I just sit there seeing it all at once. It's beautiful. It's just a whole crystal palace of interesting sort of things happening, and keeps me amused. I just lie in bed just dreaming about it some nights, and yeah, and I'm back to reality, and you know, watching a movie or cooking tea, and it's not so bad, you know. I did the dishes tonight, haven't done them for a week, so good to get them done. I've just been putting it off. I need to clean up the place, but it's not too bad, a bit of shit lying around. Anyway, had a good night tonight with some friends, and yeah, going out tomorrow, so that'll be fun. Going to a miniature train show, so that'll be interesting. I always liked little trains when I was a kid. I haven't seen them. I did want to set. I don't now, but I'll just go for a bit of fun, have a look. I don't know, might find something cheap to buy, a little train to go around my table or something. I don't know, things boys do to keep ourselves interested in stuff, you know. I bought a He-Man figure because I didn't get one as a kid for Christmas. I got Skeletor. I didn't want Skeletor, so I bought the He-Man I always wanted, so got me a He-Man figure now. Sealed in the box. I'm not going to open it. I don't know why I should. I don't want to play with it. But it might be worth something in 100 years or something. It might be worth $50. Yeah. Really need a new computer chair. That's my next thing to buy, and maybe a better telly. But yeah, got to pay Mum back yet for the loan, and yeah, don't know if I'll sell me Jackaroo just now. I might go camping in it or something. It'd be fun. Yeah, I might take it for a drive one day, see how it goes, and got it all fixed up, so hopefully nothing else goes on it. I think it needs brakes fixed next, but I can't afford that yet, so I'll save up for that, and it's going to cost a bit because it's a truck and it's all 4 brakes they're doing, but I might be right for another few thousand Ks. So yeah, anyway, that's a roundup on the whole Mystery Man business. Just Evan still kicking on as per usual. Your humble demigod, or whatever I am now, something creator, or it's just a thing I enjoy thinking about. I like to think of myself that way. It doesn't do any harm, so yeah. All right, see you later. Keep smiling. Don't forget the hope. Symbol of hope. You are good. You matter. You can do it.